has ever come to the rescue in terms of the melody. I was going to say, let's mark the date.
As a reminder, so we're going to do the Olympic fanfare first. I don't know how long. It's not going to be multiple pages. It'll be shorter. Then La Feria, there's going to be 1 or 2 starts and stops on this. And then just call pomp and circumstance. Okay, so it's 22, 32, 34. And when we do pomp and circumstance, we're going to play from the top, but when we need to keep repeating it, we're going to go from the end of 89 back to 10. Okay? It omits the intro. Alright? And when we do La Paris, since we're going to do it multiple times, when we get to the end of these, we'll do 3 beats of rest. And then we'll go back to the top. Okay? We don't observe fermatas, we're just doing them exactly. So what's our where we left off? If we stop, we start where we left off. I'll tell you if it's some circumstance. Oh, and economy. Okay. That's it. Got that part. It's hard to hear. All the noise is behind us. So what's up now? I think so. Yeah. It's kind of like the last piece before the thing begins. Mark, immediately after fanfare for the common man is... What about it? The piece after fanfare for common man. It's going to be the Fisher towel. I mean, we'll probably do something different. Fisher towel is going to be at the top at 2 o'clock. Okay. The first two Fisher towel. Yeah, we got it. It's right there. It's like the second and third there. Okay. Yeah, so it comes in third measure after the drum break. That's it. Yeah. All right, let's do it. The drum break?
intro.
Oh, okay.
Worth mentioning. I think it's the first
Thank
one
you.
we have.
Yeah, yeah, indeed.
Indubitably.
Indeed.
This business with the language, funny anecdote. I don't know if I'm going to fit
Is
this
this
in.
what you have
What's
on?
Funny anecdote.
I do have that on.
The language, you know, it's English that we joke about.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Remember the Croatian thing? So my brother always compares two of us to my father and his brother. Finally, I looked at him one day and I go, "Don't you know? Nothing like Dad."
Yeah.
It's like all of a sudden it was like a rock came out of the sky and hit him. And it's like, oh, I never thought of that.
Never thought of
It
that.
was like so obvious. But you know, when the kids,
Right.
siblings yourself.
Yeah. My sister. I have a sister, younger. A year and a half younger.
Close then.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like my brother and I. Younger brother.
Mainly bass drum player who occasionally runs pollute his sound. That's right, tenor for What's for sale.
Supposedly went in it. We'll see.
My kids, I had a 2-year-old. They call me the Bridge Builder. So I got 2 boys and a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
Boys are now
Those ones you can spin on a few times.
9 years
Guys.
old. And my daughter's will be 31 in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Amazing how
Got that
fast
same
time
1.5 year spread that you said.
Yeah.
It's funny. My father, when he had me, he was 40. When I had my son, I was 40.
Really? Okay.
Funny how things work.
You know,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I tried to find
Don't worry, they turned us down long ago.
That's the way it'll go.
That's the only one?
C drummer situation on the.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Many bells for horns.
don't know yet.
Yeah.
And then he comes with Seth. That's a hand in the ball.
We had a nice trip to London many years ago before our son was born, actually. I enjoyed it. I think we were in Highgate.
And where?
Highgate is basically a suburb north of London. And it's a kind of suburb.
Yeah. This extra one I can put it in D
And
flat, which is very useful.
the people we stayed with, my wife knew
A lot easier.
this
And also
person
like
from when she worked
Mahler
at
5
an
instead of
airline.
using Marie.
And it turns out her name is Chris Nolan.
Now it's a B natural.
And back then, nobody knew Christopher Nolan, the director.
This comes right out.
It's her son.
Oh, really?
Pre-show.
Funny. Peter Sellers lived around the corner. Or used to.
If you put it on a
His old house.
now it's an N.
It's kind of neat when you go to England. There's just so many common bonds.
Yeah.
So you don't make the mistake of picking up your horn from
But thanks for waking up the Irish, and I need to go.
Yeah, I need to go too. We've been talking about it a bit recently too.
So not the easiest thing to hold in the world.
Hey guys, let's pull on number one. I don't know what's going on.
6 pieces, number 1.
Let's do the ball on number one, which is the fourth movement, okay? And we'll be ready to cut in anytime.
Repeats are
Ball.
good?
We're doing the ball on number one. Repeats are good.
Repeats, yeah.
Yeah. Okay?
B flat.
I might have to cut it early if I get a clue. Okay, you ready?
I have 2 parts.
Ready?
Go ahead.
1, 2, 3.
himself.
He can't help himself.
Let's do it with repeats, and if I need to cut it early, I will. But have the Olympic anthem ready.
Repeats good?
Repeats good. Okay? 1, 2, top.
Good afternoon, and welcome, all of you, to this wonderful occasion. My name is Dr. Raymond Curry. I'm Professor of Medicine and Medical Education, and it is my great privilege to serve the college as Senior Associate Dean for Educational Affairs, and to be the Grand Marshal for this, the 142nd Annual Commencement Ceremony of the University of Illinois College of Medicine. This commencement brings together members of the University of Illinois Chicago family, students, college administration, faculty and staff, relatives, alumni, and friends. Before we begin today's ceremony, to ensure that everyone enjoys the event to its fullest, would you please take a moment now to turn off or mute any electronic devices that may detract from the ceremony? Thank you. This year, the University of Illinois College of Medicine is graduating from all its various degree programs, a total of 337 students. 266 have met all the requirements of the MD degree program and constitute one of the largest graduating medical school classes in the United States. The class of 2024 includes 155 who have completed the MD degree in Chicago, 60 in Peoria, and 52 in Rockford. These newly minted physicians will now be continuing their professional training in one of 27 medical specialties and across 32 states and the District of Columbia. They will someday be your doctors and mine. 109 of those graduating here today are entering residency programs in Illinois, and we hope and know from experience that many of those who matched into programs in other states will find their way back to Illinois. We are also presenting 30 Doctor of Philosophy degree candidates and 35 master's degree candidates, Master of Health Professions Education, Master of Biomedical Sciences, Master of Medical Physiology, Master of Clinical and Translational Science, Master of Public Health, Master of Medical Physiology, and Master of Patient Safety Leadership. These candidates have distinguished themselves through their outstanding scholarship and original research. Their training has prepared them for leadership roles in education and research and across a wide spectrum of positions in universities, medical centers, in industry, and in government. You, the family and friends of these outstanding graduates, have every reason to be very, very proud of them. I will now formally open the 142nd commencement ceremony of the University of Illinois College of Medicine as we welcome the leadership of the university and the college, our faculty, and our students into the Credit Union One arena. First, Dr. Mark Rosenblatt, Executive Dean of the College of Medicine, please escort the platform party, the officers of the university, and our other distinguished guests to the platform. Dr. Rosenblatt is the G. Stephen Irwin Executive Dean, University of Illinois College of Medicine. The Executive Vice President and Vice President for Academic Affairs of the University of Illinois System, Nicholas Jones. The Chancellor of the University of Illinois Chicago, Marilyn Miranda. Our distinguished commencement speaker, David Scorton. Our Vice Chancellor for Health Affairs, Robert Barish. Vice Chancellor for Research, Joanna Groden. Assistant Vice Chancellor of Health Sciences for Academic Affairs Administration, Michelle Mariscalco. Regional Dean of the College of Medicine's Peoria campus, Meenakshi Iyer. Regional Dean of the College of Medicine's Rockford campus, Dr. Alex Slignero Green. The faculty hooder selected by the class of 2024, Fred Czar. And alumni representatives, Garth Walker and Evelyn Figueroa. Senior Associate Dean Kathleen Kashima, please escort the college deans to the platform. I now present to you the members of our distinguished faculty, led by the Associate and Assistant Deans. Dean Bella Prabhakar, Dean Gloria Elam, Dean Claudia Laura, Dean Jane Noreen, Dean Mamuna Hasnain, Dean Pauline Maki, Dean Ara Tekian, Dean Heather Prendergast, Dean Heather Hyman, Dean Trevon Thompson, Dean Todd Van Neck, Dean Nicholas Kane, Dean Vanessa Peoples, Dean Amy Lynn, Dean Richard Stringham, Dean Charlie Mburaboon, and Dean Stacy Walkers, followed by the directors of our academic programs, the co-directors of our GEMS PhD program, Kamal Sharma and Larissa Nan, the co-directors of the MD PhD Medical Scientist Training Program, Dawood Darbar and Olu Al-Jarali. Dr. Rachel Caskey, head of the Department of Internal Medicine, and our faculty marshal, is leading the department heads to be followed by their respective faculty. John Radosta, Chief Medical Officer of the University of Illinois Hospitals and Clinics. Simon Alford, Anatomy and Cell Biology. David Glick, Anesthesiology. J. Lisa Raymond, Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. Midori Kochi, representing Bioengineering. Michelle Bain, representing Dermatology. Terry Vandenhoek, from Emergency Medicine. Mamuna Hasnain, representing Family Medicine. George Kondos, representing the Department of Medicine. Susan Ross, Microbiology and Immunology. Yoon-Soo Park, Medical Education. Jeffrey Loeb, Neurology. Fadi Charbel, Neurosurgery. Catalan Bohemshi, Obstetrics and Gynecology. R.V. Paul Chan, Ophthalmology and Visual Sciences. Mark Gonzalez, Orthopedic Surgery. Barry Winnig, Otolaryngology. Sally Campbell-Lee, Pathology. Mary Lou Schmidt, representing Pediatrics. Dolly Mehta, Pharmacology and Regenerative Medicine. Dr. Olu Ajalori, representing Psychiatry. Michael Gressler, Radiology. Enrico Benedetti, Surgery. And Daniel Garvey, representing Urology. Next, I will acknowledge the faculty hooders for the PhD students. Now in the front row, Kishore Wari, Louisa DiPietro, Justin Rickner, David Perkins, Patricia Finn, Dr. Alan Maclahan, John Koloff, Vadim Gopatenko, Nisam Hay, Brad Merrill, Yulia Kamarova, Lavender Gill, Maxim Frolov, Nancy Freitag, David Eddington, Sarah Lutz, and Angela Tynan. And finally, our physician house advisors for the class of 2024, Bernice Mann, Sarah Mesmer, Lilac Rothschild, Kelsey Avance, Nicole Thompson, and Michael Charles. Would the audience now stand, if you're able? I am now pleased to present the University of Illinois College of Medicine Chicago candidates from the class of 2024. We begin with the master's degree and Doctor of Philosophy degree candidates led by the Dean of the UIC Graduate College, Dr. Jonathan Art. I'm now pleased to present the Doctor of Medicine candidates, led by Associate Dean for Medical Education Amanda Osta and Assistant Dean for Student Affairs Claudia Boucher-Berry. It's a beautiful sight. Please remain standing now, if you're able, and join in the singing of the national anthem led by a member of the class of 2024, Chris Torlone.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight and the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Chris. Please be seated. We would now like to remind you that UIC, an academic institution, is committed to fostering an environment in which a variety of ideas can be reasonably proposed and critically examined. This requires a culture of mutual respect in which listening, kindness, courtesy, acceptance, and tolerance are paramount. These values should always guide our words, tone, demeanor, actions, and interactions. On behalf of UIC, I ask that everyone respect our speakers and our audience of students, faculty, staff, alumni, and guests who have arranged their day to be here. It's important to remember that this is an official university event, so prolonged disruptions are not permitted inside the venue. We ask for your cooperation and understanding in maintaining a respectful atmosphere throughout the ceremony. Graduates and guests attending the ceremony who create prolonged disruptions may be asked to leave or may be removed from the venue. We thank you for your cooperation in ensuring that everyone at commencement enjoys this momentous occasion. And then, in the spirit of building a better future and healing, I would like to take a few moments to acknowledge that UIC resides on the traditional territories of the Three Fire peoples, the Ojibwe, the Ottawa, and the Potawatomi. This area was also a site of trading, gathering, and healing for more than a dozen other native tribes. What's more, the state of Illinois is currently home to more than 75,000 tribal members, and the Chicagoland area is currently home to one of the largest and most diverse urban native communities in the country. We recognize that indigenous peoples are the traditional stewards of the land we now occupy, living here long before Chicago was a city and still thriving here today. So as we work together today on these territories and in the year ahead, we must remember our responsibility, especially as a land-grant university, an Asian American and Native American Pacific Islander serving institution, a Hispanic serving institution, and minority serving institution, to find ways to right the historic wrongs of colonization and state violence, and to build bridges with and support indigenous communities' struggles for self-determination and sovereignty. Thank you for joining us in this recognition. It's now my pleasure to welcome the Executive Vice President and Vice President for Academic Affairs of the University of Illinois System, Dr. Nicholas Jones. Dr. Jones is the Executive Vice President and Vice President for Academic Affairs, serving as the second most senior executive and the Chief Academic Officer reporting to the president of the university system. Dr. Jones works closely with the chancellors and provosts of the Urbana-Champaign, Chicago, and Springfield universities in defining and shaping academic priorities and directions for the system, providing advice on important academic policy and budgetary issues, and spearheading system-wide academic initiatives. He works closely with the president to advocate for the U of I system across the state and the nation by building connections with legislators, funding agencies, and leaders in higher education and industry. Dr. Jones holds an MS and PhD in civil engineering from the California Institute of Technology and previously earned his undergraduate degree in civil engineering from the University of Auckland in New Zealand. Vice President Jones.
Thank you very much for that kind introduction, and good afternoon, everyone. I am truly honored to be here to help you celebrate a day that you will all remember for the rest of your lives, along with the family members and friends who have joined you here this afternoon. On behalf of everyone across the entire University of Illinois system, congratulations to the new University of Illinois Chicago graduates in medicine. Go ahead and give yourselves a round of applause. You deserve it. This may feel like it's the finish line of a long race or the arrival at a faraway destination. In some ways, that's true. You have studied and worked and teamed up with your classmates to achieve your goals and reach this incredible moment in your lives. However, as a commencement speaker, I am obligated to tell you that your journey is just beginning. Even if you feel that you have a strong sense of where you're headed in your professional and personal lives, the decisions that you make along the way will be informed by your experiences. This day and this degree are simply the first steps of your journey of discovery. My personal journey has taken me from a small rural town in the middle of the North Island of New Zealand to here. My experiences in college and graduate school helped me prepare for that journey. A brilliant theoretical physicist named Richard Feynman was on the faculty of Caltech during my graduate studies in civil engineering at that institution. Rather than use this occasion to talk physics with you, I thought I'd share three of his kernels of wisdom, or given that it's Feynman, I guess I should refer to them as quanta of wisdom, of a more general nature than physics. Here's one. The highest forms of understanding we can achieve are laughter and human compassion. I can assure you, Feynman was truly a superstar in physics, but he had a whole lot more going on in that brain of his. I would encourage you to nurture and grow your capacity for laughter and compassion. They are important components of your lives. Another Feynmanism. We need to teach how doubt is not to be feared, but welcomed. It's okay to say, I don't know. We are rightfully proud of our accomplishments and the stature that our degrees carry. At the same time, we need to embrace the notion that we just don't know everything. And finally, we have this. Nobody ever figures out what life is all about, and it doesn't matter. Explore the world. Nearly everything is really interesting if you go into it deeply enough. How true is that? Perhaps you've had occasion already to travel and explore or inquire about things that take place in your own community. It's a world full of opportunities. Pick a topic or a focus and dive right in. And as your life's journey takes its inevitable twists and turns, keep in mind that you are joining a network of more than 337,000 UIC alumni. There may be times when you could benefit from the experiences of those who preceded you down this path, and help is just a mouse click away. Your UIC family and the UI system is incredibly proud of who you are and what you have accomplished. Please keep in touch with us. We cannot wait to see the many, many ways that you will achieve success in this world. Today is your day, and I am thrilled to be here with you and part of it. Enjoy every minute. Thank your family and friends for their boundless support, and share your smiles and hugs with the world. Above all, remember this day and the amazing feeling of accomplishment that comes with commencement. Congratulations again on your outstanding achievement.
Thank you, Vice President Jones. Now I'm very pleased to present the Chancellor of the University of Illinois, Chicago, Dr. Marilyn Miranda. Dr. Miranda is a leader in geospatial health informatics and took office as the 10th Chancellor of the University of Illinois, Chicago in July 2023. She's also a member in our faculty member in our Department of Pediatrics and in the departments of Mathematics, Statistics, and Computer Science on the East Campus. She is a Phi Beta Kappa summa cum laude graduate of Duke University, where she earned a bachelor's in mathematics and economics and was named a Truman Scholar. She has a PhD and master's from Harvard University, where she held a National Science Foundation Graduate Research Fellowship. Dr. Miranda is a fellow of the American Association for the Advancement of Science. She is deeply committed to the role of UIC in shaping Chicago, the state of Illinois, and the world. In recognition of this, in 2023, she was recognized by Crain's Business Chicago as one of their women of note. Please welcome to the podium UIC's Chancellor, Dr. Marilyn Miranda.
Thank you, Dean Curry, for that very kind introduction. I am honored, truly honored, to welcome all of you, families, friends, honored guests, faculty and staff, and especially our graduates, to the 2024 College of Medicine commencement ceremony. As a faculty member in pediatrics, this is my college, so you are all especially dear to me. All of you are especially dear to me. At this College of Medicine, every single faculty member, every single staff member, every single resident, every single fellow, and every single medical student believes that everyone has the right to excellent health care. And that is another reason why all of you are so especially dear to me. UIC's mission is to provide the broadest access to the highest levels of educational, research, and clinical excellence. Our graduates make our dual commitment to access and excellence come alive. You have embraced all the many resources and all the many people at UIC and made them yours. You have turned access into excellence. Your success here today is a shining example of how we deliver on UIC's twin promises. Indeed, you have delivered on UIC's twin promises. Your success here today is also a product of the many people who have supported you along the way. Let's take a moment to thank the professors, staff, family, and friends who have taught you, nurtured you, fed you, and loved you. I'm a parent myself, and I know we are all biased about our own children, but I want to say to your families who are here today, these students, your students, are very special. You started medical school just as the world shut down from COVID, and this shaped your life in big ways during your time at UIC. You were with us when we were all trying to figure out public health protocols, rapidly changing scientific landscapes, and how we could continue to deliver on our clinical mission during these incredibly confusing and difficult times. You were with us when we had to figure out remote learning. You were with us when the word Zoom became an everyday word. Oh, I'm sorry, I was on mute. I have to tell you, I am the least funny person in my family, and the fact that I get to tell the entire family that you all laughed at my joke, that just made my day. Thank you. You were often more facile with technology and were kind in helping us adjust to this new way of delivering on higher education. You wore masks. You spat in a tube. You let us stick gigantic Q-tips up your nose. You stuck gigantic Q-tips up other people's noses. But you stuck with it, so we did too. We learned so much from how you approached this new world, and you inspired us with your relentless commitment to your education. The diversity of our student body offers a rich learning environment and has most certainly deepened your cultural competencies and broadened your worldview. You can process information with far greater nuance and can challenge conventional thinking with both criticality and discernment. The uniqueness of each of you has helped enrich our campus, and you have made UIC a better place. You know, we oftentimes think about whether we're making the right choice, whether it's about which medical school to attend or what job to take. Life is full of choices, and it's normal to reflect on the trade-offs involved in the choices we face. However, I would posit to you that life is not about making the right choice. Our lives are made when we decide every day to make our choices right. This is a more challenging way of thinking about choices, but it is also more forward-looking and more productive. It requires a curious and questioning nature. It requires perseverance, flexibility, and adaptability. Those are qualities that will make you bigger, stronger, better, faster, no matter what path you find yourself on. Was UIC the right choice for you? That's not actually an important question. The truly important question is, once you came here, what did you do to make UIC the right choice? Even in my short time as Chancellor at UIC, I have seen all of you, truly all of you, make extraordinary choices to get the most out of your opportunity to study at UIC. And here you are, at graduation, the surest sign that you made the choice right. Now is the time, in every graduation speech, where I am supposed to tell you to pursue your passion and change the world. That is a prescription for commencement speakers. I'm not going to do that. Passion is a big and laden word. It creates almost impossible expectations. You found medicine or medical research or maybe both. So don't spend any time thinking about what you found is big enough to be called a passion, but instead, find work that is interesting and meaningful to you, that keeps you curious and engaged with other curious people. Let me suggest as well that you find a community that both supports you and challenges you, that you be a person who gives love and kindness to others. Through these actions, you will make your choices right. Through these actions, you will find your passion. And in the meantime, you will have lived a good and meaningful life. Some of you may know that I am a beekeeper. Bees are the most charming creatures, and hives are the most extraordinary expression of collaborative work and truly amazing geometry. Bees play a critical role in pollination. Because of them, we have beautiful flowers and food to nourish our bodies. They have a powerful impact on agricultural productivity and the biodiversity that we all enjoy. They do all of this while producing honey, which in my opinion is the most exquisite substance on earth. In living their lives, they serve their hive and they serve humanity. Today you receive a degree and a license to change the world around you. I encourage you to find ways to help elevate the human condition, be an ambassador for care and empathy. Like the bee, each of you plays a vital role in the complex ecosystem of our collective lives. The state of Illinois, our nation, and indeed our world need you, and you will have 337,000 fellow UIC alumni ready to work in partnership with you. My youngest child is starting medical school in the fall. This graduation is really special to me because I see her in each and every one of you, and I see each and every one of you in her. We are so very proud of the several hundred College of Medicine students graduating today. You represent more than 200 reasons for all of us to be optimistic about the future. Congratulations. Take your next steps with confidence, conviction, and a heart full of love.
Thank you so much, Chancellor Miranda. You may not want to focus on the word passion in your comments, but passion is exactly what you demonstrate every time you speak with us. So thank you. It's now my pleasure to welcome Dr. Robert Barish, UIC's Vice Chancellor for Health Affairs. A distinguished physician and academic leader dedicated to the pursuit of health equity, Dr. Barish is overseeing UIC's 7 health science colleges, including campuses in Chicago, Peoria, the Quad Cities, Rockford, Springfield, and Urbana. As leader of the University of Illinois Hospital and Health System, or UI Health, he also leads a clinical enterprise that includes a tertiary care hospital, more than 40 outpatient clinics, including 11 Mile Square Health Center locations, which are federally qualified health centers. In 2019, Dr. Barish received the William Cullen Bryant Award, the highest award from his alma mater, New York Medical College. He served as chair of the board of the Association of Academic Health Centers since 2020, and most recently in 2022, Dr. Barish was appointed to the board of directors for the Association of American Medical Colleges. Please join me in welcoming the Vice Chancellor for Health Affairs, Dr. Robert Barish.
Thank you, Dean Curry, Dean Rosenblatt, faculty, and leadership of the College of Medicine. And good afternoon to all of our honored guests, especially our guest speaker, Dr. David Scorton. And I must say, Chancellor Miranda, I think they'll remember that Zoom joke for the rest of their lives. Wasn't that fantastic? So on behalf of the University of Illinois Chicago, UI Health, and the entire campus community, I'd like to share heartfelt congratulations to our students, their families and loved ones, and to the college faculty and staff as we celebrate another group of outstanding graduates from the University of Illinois College of Medicine. Today is the culmination of the many years of dedication and commitment that each of our talented students has endured in pursuit of their dreams to become physicians or biomedical scientists. As your careers develop, many of you will have the opportunity to practice, work, or further across the United States and around the globe. And many of you will also join our alumni right here in Chicago and Illinois as well to provide services to our local neighborhoods and communities. So as you step across the stage today, you will join the ranks of thousands of College of Medicine alumni who continue to make a difference in the health and lives of patients near and far, and the scope of healthcare delivery to improve the overall health of our communities. As the city's only public research university, we have embraced our social responsibility to foster and support all of our students from diverse backgrounds to achieve dreams of becoming health professionals and biomedical scientists to better serve our communities. You are the next generation and are already living legacies of our mission to transform and improve the healthcare landscape for the future. The College of Medicine is proud to recognize your accomplishments and welcome you into the alumni community. We look forward to your continued achievements in all of your pursuits, and we know that you will always be exceptional ambassadors for the outstanding education and opportunities provided by the University of Illinois College of Medicine. We are extremely proud of you, as I know your families and friends are as well. While commencement is truly only the beginning of your career, I encourage all of you to pause today and celebrate your accomplishments and the bright futures before you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Vice Chancellor Barish. It's now my privilege to introduce Dr. Mark Rosenblatt, the G. Stephen Irwin Executive Dean of the University of Illinois College of Medicine, to deliver his welcome. Mark I. Rosenblatt, MD, PhD, MBA, MHA, is the G. Stephen Irwin Executive Dean of the University of Illinois College of Medicine. He also serves as interim CEO of the University of Illinois Hospitals and Clinics. In addition, he is Associate Vice Chancellor for Physician Affairs at UIC and Distinguished Professor of Ophthalmology and Visual Sciences. Dr. Rosenblatt previously served the College of Medicine as head of the Department of Ophthalmology and Visual Sciences and as director of the Medical Scientist Training Program. Dr. Rosenblatt is an internationally recognized clinician scientist. As director of the Corneal Regenerative Medicine Laboratory, he leads groups of scientists investigating the mechanism of corneal peripheral nerve regeneration following injury and the use of nano-engineered biomaterials for use in stem cell delivery to the ocular surface. Dr. Rosenblatt is a graduate of the University of Miami Miller School of Medicine's Honors Program in Medical Education and its combined MD-PhD program. He then completed ophthalmology residency and a combined clinical and research fellowship in corneal diseases at the Massachusetts Eye and Ear Infirmary at Harvard Medical School. Please join me in welcoming to the podium our Executive Dean, Mark Rosenblatt.
Well, thank you, Dean Curry, and many thanks to Vice President Jones, Chancellor Miranda, and Vice Chancellor Barish for your very kind remarks in support of our graduating students. It's an honor to have you here to celebrate this wonderful occasion with our College of Medicine community. So in a moment, I'm going to ask you to applaud to recognize the accomplishments of this great class, but also to recognize the accomplishments of everyone in this room, friends, family, mentors who've supported them. I'll also tell you that in medical school, our students are required to show a lot of restraint. This is not a time for restraint. So I'm going to ask everyone to give this group a wonderful, loud applause. Congratulations. Yeah, so that's more like it. For the graduates today, it marks the beginning of your careers as proud alumni of the University of Illinois College of Medicine, one of the premier medical schools in the nation, and this is a special day and a proud achievement. Soon you will begin your careers as physicians or biomedical scientists. Your careers will take you into challenging residencies, demanding postgraduate programs, or new career positions. I'm confident that the foundations in science, medicine, and service to community that you received at this college have prepared you for your continued future achievements. I know that each of you has worked diligently to reach this day, and you should take great satisfaction in your accomplishments. You know a lot about delayed gratification. As your careers advance, you will continue to contribute to the body of scientific knowledge, promoting our tradition of lifelong learning, which continues to be a cornerstone of the educational mission of our college. Not only will you excel in your chosen field of specialization, but you will also assume leadership positions and take great pleasure in mastering new skills, applying novel ideas, and solving complex clinical and research problems. For those of you who are graduating with an advanced degree in the biomedical sciences, you will understand that being part of the scientific community and its dedication to discovery and innovation will lead you to a lifetime of learning and a long and rewarding career. For those of you who are graduating with a doctoral degree in medicine, you will discover that becoming a physician means committing to a lifetime of service and dedication to your profession, initially in your residency and fellowship, but ultimately to the patients in your practice. I was honored to share in the joy of your recent Match Day celebrations, where many of you realized the dream of matching to outstanding institutions in Illinois and also across the country. Today is a culmination of years of tests, long hours of studying, and countless sleepless nights. It was all made possible and tolerable thanks to the support of many of you in the audience, parents, spouses, relatives, friends, and mentors. On behalf of all of our graduates, please accept our sincerest thanks. To the 2024 graduating class, I conclude by saying you represent the very finest examples of the college's mission to advance health for everyone. It's my sincere hope that you will forever apply what you have experienced as students at the College of Medicine, passion in your pursuits, compassion for and dedicated service to your patients, and excellence in every aspect of your lives. Congratulations. On behalf of the College of Medicine, I would now like to honor the recipients of the Dean's Distinguished Service Award for this year. This award is presented to individuals who, through selfless efforts, are instrumental in advocating the tripartite missions of education, research, and patient care. The first recipient this year is Dr. Charles Ray Jr. Dr. Ray is being recognized for his outstanding leadership and service as head of the Department of Radiology in the college, Associate CEO for Strategic Alignment in the hospital and clinics, and importantly, 2 years serving as interim and acting executive dean of our College of Medicine. Chuck had a tremendous selfless ability to make our college better. Unfortunately, he's not able to be here today, but congratulations to Dr. Ray. Our second recipient this year is an amazing individual, Dr. Evelyn Figueroa, who's just behind me. Dr. Figueroa has been selected to receive the Dean's Distinguished Service Award in recognition of her outstanding service and leadership in delivering health care and other services to underrepresented communities in need. Dr. Figueroa and her foundation have been a remarkable impact on this community, and just thank you, Dr. Figueroa. Next, I would like to honor the recipient of the Dean's Award for Excellence in Healthcare Leadership. This award honors individuals who have shown exemplary commitment to advancing the mission of the University of Illinois College of Medicine through our guiding principles of collaboration, diversity, innovation, integrity, and excellence. This year's recipient is Dr. Sarah Unterman, who serves as Chief Medical Officer of the Jesse Brown Department of Veteran Affairs Medical Center and as UICOM faculty member in emergency medicine. This award recognizes her outstanding commitment and leadership in delivering medical care to veterans. Dr. Unterman is a product of UIC, undergrad, medical school, and residency, and has been a remarkable partner for the college in service of our veterans. Thank you, Dr. Unterman. Now, I would like to honor the recipient of the College of Medicine Faculty of the Year Award. This award recognizes outstanding achievements in multiple aspects of our mission, including teaching, research, clinical work, and leadership. This year's recipient, selected by his peers, is Dr. David Pinson. Dr. Pinson is a professor of clinical health science, education, and pathology at the University of Illinois College of Medicine in Peoria. A faculty committee selected him for the 2023-24 round of this prestigious award. Congratulations so much to Dr. Pinson. Now, I would like to ask Associate Dean of Medical Education, Dr. Amanda Osta, to come forward to recognize the Class of 2024 Golden Apple recipients and present the William J. Grove Outstanding Student Award. Dean Osta.
Thank you, Dean Rosenblatt. Before presenting our highest student award, the Class of 2024 and I would like to recognize this year's Golden Apple recipients. I would now like to ask Dr. Mahesh Patel, Dr. Ani Gungopadhyaya, Dr. Rick Stringham, and Dr. Pavan Srivastuva to please rise and stand to be recognized, having been selected by the Class of 2024 for their outstanding teaching. Now, I am very pleased to present the William J. Grove Outstanding Student Award for 2024. The recipient of the award is selected by a committee of the faculty based on the qualities exemplified by Dr. Grove, a combination of intelligence and skills with excellence in academic achievements, a high level of involvement in medical school, a commitment to the medical community, altruistic pursuits, and leadership qualities. I now invite Matthew Grande to please come forward to center stage as this year's Grove recipient. Matthew Grande has distinguished himself as an outstanding student inside and outside of the classroom. He achieved 2 of our highest honors, including induction to the Alpha Omega Alpha Honor Society, having placed him in the top 20% of the entire graduating class, and to the Gold Humanism National Honor Society, which recognizes medical students who practice humanistic patient care and serve as role models, mentors, and leaders in medicine. Not only that, but he's also served as a leader within the College of Medicine and nationally. He was selected by his peers as class president for all 4 years of medical school, including as this class started their first year of medical school online in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. Matthew was also selected as an intern on the Illinois State Senate Special Commission on Gynecologic Cancers. He's a James Scholar recipient as well as a participant in the Patient-Centered Medicine program. His accomplishments in leadership led him to being awarded the Abbas Haidari Student Leadership Award in 2021. In addition, he has multiple first author publications. Dean Rosenblatt, please come forward to present Matthew Grande with the Grove Award.
So it's now my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker. So it's really difficult to get on Dr. Skorton's schedule. It took us 2 years to get him here, and I can tell you I've been waiting 2 years for this moment because it's not often that you get to introduce your academic hero to a group of 2,000 people. Hope I don't screw it up. But he's a remarkable individual, as you'll hear, who is an amazing leader, an amazing physician, a scientist, and this all pales in comparison to his qualities as a human being. So with that, Dr. Skorton is president and CEO of the Association of American Medical Colleges, the AAMC, which represents the nation's medical schools, teaching hospitals, and health systems, as well as academic societies. Dr. Skorton began his leadership of the AAMC in July of 2019 after a distinguished career in government, higher education, and medicine. In his first year at the AAMC, he addressed social issues that affect health, guided the AAMC through a pandemic, and built a multi-year strategic plan to tackle the nation's most intractable challenges in health and healthcare, working to make academic medicine more diverse, equitable, and inclusive. Dr. Skorden has contributed to the national response to the coronavirus pandemic through frequent interactions with senior government officials and appearances in national media. When national protests erupted over police brutality, Dr. Skorden was an outstanding voice for ending systemic racism in academic medicine and addressing persistent health disparities. Previously, Dr. Skorden served as the 13th Secretary of the Smithsonian Institute, where he oversaw 19 museums, 21 libraries, the National Zoo, numerous research centers, and educational programs. Prior to that, he served as president of 2 universities, Cornell University from 2006 to 2015, and the University of Iowa from 2003 to 2006, where he also served on the faculty for 26 years and specialized in the treatment of adolescents and adults with congenital heart disease. A pioneer of cardiac imaging and computer processing techniques, he also was coordinator and co-founder of the University of Iowa Adolescent and Adult Congenital Heart Disease Clinic. A distinguished professor at Georgetown University, Dr. Skorden is an elected member of the National Academy of Medicine, the American Academy of Arts and Sciences, and the American Philosophical Society, as well as a lifetime member of the Council on Foreign Relations and a fellow of the American Association for the Advancement of Science. He also served on the AAMC Board of Directors from 2010 to 2013, and he was the charter president of the Association for the Accreditation of Human Research Protection Programs, the first group organized specifically to accredit human research protection programs. Throughout his career, Dr. Skorden has focused on issues of diversity and inclusion. A nationally recognized supporter of the arts and humanities, as well as an accomplished jazz musician and composer, Dr. Skorden believes that many of society's thorniest problems can only be solved by combining the sciences, social sciences, and the arts and humanities. Dr. Skorden earned his BA and MD degrees from Northwestern University, which is up the road. He completed his medical residency and fellowship in cardiology and was chief medical resident at the University of California, Los Angeles. He's married to Robin Davison, PhD and award-winning scientist who's professor emerita of molecular physiology at Cornell University, a former collaborator of mine, as well as adjunct professor of medicine at Georgetown University. She's also an emerging visual artist, so please join me in warmly welcoming Dr. David Skorden.
Thank you, Dr. Rosenblatt. Even though that was a very nice introduction, you didn't have to steal my line about giving a real raucous applause. It's right here on page 4. I want to show everybody. It's on page 4. And he stole the idea of making a real loud, applause for yourself. But show him what a real loud applause would sound like if the guest speaker asked you to do it. Give yourself a round of applause. Gee, Dr. Rosenblatt, I mean, really. Anyway, it's wonderful to be back in Chicago, which was my home during much of my undergraduate education and my medical education, with many friends and colleagues at other medical schools in the city. I always had very high regard for the University of Illinois College of Medicine, then, 50 years ago, as I do today. And not only for the robust research environment, diverse clinical experiences, and supportive learning atmosphere, I have always admired this university's strong focus on the communities you serve. Working in a student-organized free clinic as a medical student so many years ago, and seeing firsthand the ways that inequities impacted the health of the Chicago community first opened my eyes and led me to a career-long interest in educational and health equity. That is still a major driving force for me, but I applaud your efforts and your efforts to make this real and to make the difference that we have to in people's lives. I also so much enjoyed and admired the rich art and music scene in Chicago. I played throughout my education here in a rhythm and blues band across the city. Obviously, that didn't work out, but it turned out that medicine was a really good backup career choice, so you never know. I have found my work as a physician, as a researcher, and educator to be incredibly rewarding, and I predict the same for each of you. And thanks to the support of the people here in this room, you have arrived at your graduation day. And I want to start today by honoring the entire community, faculty, staff, loved ones, just amazing. And I want to thank the excellent, amazing leadership of this university system, of this campus, of this university, the people behind me. Really an amazing, amazing place that just keeps getting better. So I remember feeling both excitement on this day 50 years ago, and I must admit great apprehension when I reached this milestone. For me, anyway, it was very intimidating to step into the unknown. And your generation faces headwinds and challenges that mine did not half a century ago. Today, there is growing public distrust of science and medicine. Today, there are complex political and cultural rifts that regrettably can drive wedges between physicians and patients, between educators and learners. Today, the climate crisis and its impact on human health continues to worsen, which will directly impact your work in the coming years and decades. And today, we still have to address many ongoing and seemingly intractable public health threats: firearm violence, maternal mortality, substance use disorders, increasing inequity, and so many others. And today, we also, of course, experience the agony of international events. The social and political climate into which you are graduating will inevitably impact the patients and communities you will serve. Starting today, each of you carries the honor and the heavy responsibility to advocate for those people's health in the face of these headwinds that I just mentioned. We need your ideas, we need your innovation, we need your care. And when I look out into the audience today and have studied about your class, I'm filled with optimism. And allow me to share briefly today 3 of the many reasons why I'm very, very confident that the University of Illinois College of Medicine class of 2024 is equipped to illuminate the future of health. First, in attending one of the most diverse medical schools in the nation, you have been exposed to a very wide variety of experiences and perspectives, not only from your professors, but from each other. You have learned to understand other points of view with openness and with humility. And this is a necessary skill both in medicine and in today's polarized world. In particular, humility will always serve all of us well. Your curriculum has reinforced this openness through its human-centered approach. On this campus, you have embraced health, humanities, and ethics as a major component of education through curricula and through service. Through your innovative medical colloquia course, you have explored the complex personal and structural forces that impact health, allowing you to better understand and advocate for your patients using vehicles such as the Health Humanities Portrait approach. Your involvement in student-run groups demonstrates that you already are seeking to understand all aspects of health and well-being, including outside of the clinic and classroom. I was impressed to learn about the Body Electric, for example, your student-led arts and literature magazine. How cool. And I loved hearing about the Ethics in Medicine student group dedicated to the discussion of ethics and morals in healthcare. This is so increasingly important as we stand against some of the headwinds that I mentioned a couple of minutes ago. And if I were a student here, which would greatly raise the average age of the class, I might have applied my passion for music in the heartbeats, a creative outlet for students to engage with each other and serve patients in the community through music. I'll get over the fact that you didn't ask me, but I'm still available. These programs and others like them embody a concept that Albert Einstein articulated well. He said, "All religions, arts, and sciences are branches of the same tree." End of quote. This was the theme of the National Academies of Science Engineering, and Medicine Committee I worked on several years ago on the value of incorporating the arts and humanities into the STEM disciplines. It's also the basis of an AAMC initiative that we call the Fundamental Role of Arts and Humanities in Medical Education, or FRAME, which I encourage you, if you're interested, to explore on our website. The human-centered education you have received here has exposed you to new perspectives, honed your observational skills, and reminded you that your patients are whole, complex people with lives influenced by cultural contexts and vastly varying personal histories. As you move forward, I urge you to keep the arts and humanities central in your lives, both professional and personal. Maintaining an ever-present curiosity for the human experience and others' perspectives will be even more essential as you start the next chapter of your careers. So that's number one. The second reason I'm confident in the class of 2024 comes right out of this school's mission: social responsibility. The AAMC has similarly embraced what we're calling community collaboration as the fourth pillar of academic medicine, alongside clinical care research and medical education. It's so heartening and impressive to see the University of Illinois embrace this value, and as many other things, you are leaders in this work. In partnership with UI Health, the University of Illinois offered you an opportunity to explore various potential career paths. One of these is the really amazing Urban Medicine Program, or UMed. This program gave those of you who participated an extended curriculum focused on health disparities, community-based research, diversity, and intercultural communications, and policy and advocacy. What an amazing way to prepare for the future impact that you will make. And many of you volunteered with your colleagues in Rockford outside of your curriculum. Along with faculty and undergrad students, you made almost 3,500 phone calls through Golden Connections, ensuring that older patients have the food, have the utilities, and have the health services that they need to thrive. I also was so impressed to learn about the many ways you have engaged with your community through volunteering with the Chicago Homelessness and Health Response Group for Equity, Chicago Street Medicine, and Physicians for Human Rights. I hope you will always remain involved in your communities wherever you are in an effort to learn from others with curiosity, gratitude, and humility. We have much to learn from our patients. We have much to learn from their families. We have much to learn from our communities. Wherever your career takes you, never forget the patient who did not have a reliable place to live, or who struggled to find transportation to their medical appointment, or who could not afford the medications. Those are the memories that stand out from my work at the Free Clinic decades ago, long before I ever learned the term social determinants of health. You, class of 2024, have already learned the importance of listening to and learning from and earning the trust of the communities you serve. It'll be your job to co-create solutions together with everyone in your communities wherever you go next. They have the wisdom that we need. And the third reason I believe so strongly and genuinely in the class of 2024 is right here in front of me. After starting your medical education in the fall of 2020, before we had a COVID-19 vaccine, you worked together to navigate your education under such unusual and difficult circumstances. You adapted using telehealth simulation and surgical training laboratories in place of working with standardized patient actors in person. I remember, and I know you remember, the emotional toll of those early days of the pandemic. And while I hope your next chapter won't be filled with the anxiety that many of us felt, that I felt, as COVID-19 began, you will more than likely encounter stress and unexpected challenges throughout your career. Despite the inherent awards of a medical career, healthcare workers experience stress, anxiety, and depression at much higher rates than the general population. Recognizing this crisis, the AAMC is partnering with the Dr. Lorna Breen Foundation, named after a dedicated emergency physician who died by suicide during the pandemic. This collaboration highlights the need for mental health support within our profession. From personal experience, I can share that asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness, and I have found it helpful to seek counseling at different points in my life. We need to care for ourselves. We need to care for one another, just as we are trained to care for our patients. And I'm so glad that this class has done an amazing job of supporting each other already. This is evident through the many student organizations here, which provide spaces for you to share your experiences and find community support. Some of you enjoy the American Medical Women's Association, for example, which exists, as you know, to promote equality and improve outcomes for women patients and other healthcare workers. Others were active in Queer MD, which promotes the acceptance of LGBTQ+ students and advocates for LGBTQ+ health. And others supported the First Gen Med program, which aims to close the gap for first-generation medical students, connect them with mentors, and offer a safe space for discussions. I encourage you to maintain the same collaborative mindset throughout your careers. Even when it isn't easy, you can learn something from everyone you encounter, whether it's another healthcare professional, your peers, non-clinical staff in your institutions, and of course your patients. When the headwinds feel strong, turn to one another. I opened my remarks with perhaps a sobering look at some of the challenges facing medicine and our world. However, medicine has overcome headwinds before. Here's an example from my own specialty. When I was born in 1949, over 80% of babies born with congenital heart disease, my area of specialty focus, died before reaching adulthood, 80%. But today, 90% of these patients survive into adulthood. Medical professionals, just like you, brought about that unbelievable turnaround in just one person's professional lifetime. What will be possible to achieve in your own careers? We can only dream and look forward. We've already seen the rise of telehealth and a greater focus on preventive care, and the uncertain but enormously promising application of AI in medicine is ripe for exploration. You, class of 2024, are uniquely prepared to illuminate the future of medicine and make our world a healthier place. I leave you with 3 guiding principles. 1, commit to lifelong learning, staying curious within and outside of the classroom or clinic. Curiosity, curiosity. 2, continue to collaborate and learn from the wisdom of your communities. And 3, please prioritize your own health and well-being even as you care for others and care for each other. You truly are a standout class. When I watched your match day ceremony, which was really cool, I was amazed to see all the future accomplishments you ascribed to each other in that slideshow. Among us, we have graduates who are likely to make progress on cancer, join Doctors Without Borders, or become Surgeon General, among so many other noteworthy aspirations. And looking out at you today, I believe it. The class of 2024 is on fire. Congratulations, thank you, and way to go.
Dr. Skorton, we are indeed honored to have you here with us today. Thank you for those inspiring comments, and thank you for the skill and wisdom with which you lead the AAMC and guide the future of American medicine. Now we enter the part of the ceremony where we confer the master's degrees and Doctor of Philosophy degrees and bestow upon those graduates a hood that symbolizes that degree. I invite the Acting Dean of the Graduate College, Dr. Jonathan Art, and Chancellor Marilyn Miranda to please come to the podium for the conferral of those degrees.
Now I invite the candidates for the master's degrees, including Master of Science in Bioengineering, Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences, Master of Science in Clinical and Translational Science, Master of Science in Physiology and Biophysics, Master of Science in Public Health, Master of Science in Health Professions Education, and Master of Science in Patient Safety Leadership, and for the Doctor of Philosophy to please stand. You have to stand or it doesn't work. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the vote of the Senate, I have the honor to present the candidates for the Master and Doctor of Philosophy degrees.
Upon the recommendations and by the authority of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the Master or Doctor of Philosophy degree for which you have been presented, and admit you to all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of that degree. Congratulations. So it's official, which means that you can move your tassel from the right side to the left.
Okay, thank you, Chancellor Miranda. Will the new master's degree and Doctor of Philosophy degree graduates please come forward to receive your hoods? I now ask Dr. Kamal Sharma to please come to the podium and read their names.
Yahaira Chavez. Emily Saison. Jay Harris. Justin Upi. Anwar Ibrahim. Basma Ali Kazal. Torel Maybon. Shane McCarthy. Jessica Hassa. Michael McGovern. Alessi Monteroso Zaldivar. Anirban Patel. Esther Pov. Daisy Sandoval. Jasmine Scott. Caleb Sumandia. We congratulate all our master's students, and next we will present Doctors of Philosophy degrees. Cassandra Axon. Thesis title, Elucidating the Role of Migratory Fetal Cells Found in the Lungs of Pregnant Women, hooded by Dr. Kishore Veri. May Barkat. NRF2 activation in diabetic wound healing, evaluations of novel NRF2 activators ADJ310 and PRL295, hooded by Dr. Luisa Di Petro. Allison Bennett, viral infection induces subset and age-specific gene expression patterns in lymph node stromal cells, hooded by Dr. Justin Richner. Sheen Chang, elucidation of dysregulated immune profiles via vaccine-induced transcriptomics, hooded by Dr. David Perkins and Dr. Patricia Finn. Rachel Kolupek, epigenetic regulation of hepatitis B virus, hooded by Dr. Alan McLachlan. Kelly Conger, identification of ASCT2 as the primary serine transporter in cancer, hooded by Dr. Jonathan Koloff. Joseph Krutison, understanding shear wave propagation in loaded muscle architecture, refining elastography through, hooded by Dr. Dina. Preeti Golconda, investigating the role of EMT pathway on HCMC infection in epithelial cells, hooded by Dr. Adam Oberstein. Patrick Grusjean, investigation of allosteric transitions induced by oligomerization and mutations in protein molecules, hooded by Dr. Vadim Gaponenko. Soun Kang, metabolic and transcriptomic reprogramming during transition to quiescence from a proliferative state, hooded by Dr. Nissim Hay. Hannah Kluger, making the cut, modulation of genome engineering via Cas9 gRNA regulation, hooded by Dr. Brad Merrill. Kirsten Krieger, investigating the role of vitamin D in epithelial differentiation of the prostate, hooded by Dr. Larissa Non. Quinn Lee, N-cadherin adhesion-mediated signaling supports the blood-brain barrier and cognitive function, hooded by Dr. Yulia Komorova. Trevor Leonardo, temporal dynamics of gene regulation in human tissue repair, hooded by Dr. Luisa Di Petro. Olivia Tao Lee, Engineering matured iPSC-derived atrial cardiomyocytes to model the genetics of atrial fibrillation, hooded by Dr. Dawood Darbar. Richard Marzalek, early deviations in coronary flow and myocardial arterioles in familial hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, hooded by Dr. Dawood Darbar. Ayesha Kazi, serotonin transporter, aryl hydrocarbon receptor in intestinal health and inflammation, hooded by Dr. Ravinder Gill. Rachel Smith, molecular and behavioral correlates of interictal spiking, hooded by Dr. Jeffrey Loeb. Arvind Sridhar, investigating the role of NOx2 and fatty infiltration in obesity-induced atrial fibrillation, hooded by Dr. Dawood Darbar. Hannah Steinberg, a multidisciplinary approach to improving diagnostics for neurological toxoplasmosis, hooded by Dr. Nancy Freitag. Adam Schmelter, 3D printed millifluidic devices for multi-well environmental control, hooded by Dr. David Eddington. Paul Thomas, multimodal neuroimaging analysis for uncovering brain subnetwork associations with psychiatric disorders, hooded by Dr. Osolu Agilor. Troy Trevino, investigating the role of endothelial caveolin-1 on T-cell migration across the blood-brain barrier, hooded by Dr. Sarah Lutz. Katerina Volatis, regulation of tuft cells in innate immunity and cancer, hooded by Dr. Angela Tyner. Congratulations to all the graduate students.
Excuse me. Now, before the conferral of the Doctor of Medicine degrees, I would like to highlight the role of the Physician Advising Community Program at the Chicago campus and introduce the role of the physician advisors in today's ceremony. There are 8 communities named for accomplished College of Medicine alumni and former faculty. For us, the word community also incorporates a common abbreviation for the College of Medicine, COM, and the concept of unity. The communities each have 4 houses, with each house comprised of students from a different entering class. The faculty serving as Physician House Advisors, or PHAs, represent 11 different specialties. 4 are UI-Com alumni, and 8 did a portion of their training at UI Health. The PHAs each work with their students in a longitudinal fashion, creating a long-term, meaningful relationship. Today, the Physician House Advisor for each community will be hooding their students at this commencement and will be joined by the faculty hooder selected by the graduating class, Dr. Fred Czar. Dean Rosenblatt and Chancellor Miranda, please come forward for the conferral of the Doctor of Medicine degrees.
No one tells you how much fun it is to be the dean of a medical school, and this is really one of the fun parts. So, now, will the Doctor of Medicine candidates please stand if you are able? Chancellor Miranda, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by vote of the Senate, I have the honor to present the candidates for the degree Doctor of Medicine.
If you think your part is fun, just wait what I get to do. Upon these recommendations and by the authority of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the degree of Doctor of Medicine for which you have been presented. I have to finish all the words or you guys won't get your degrees. And admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of that degree. You may now move your tassel from the right side to the left. Congratulations.
Now, I invite the first row of the new physicians to please come forward to receive your hoods. The remaining new physicians can sit back down. And today we will have Dean Thompson and Dean Hyman read the names of our students. I know they've been practicing for several weeks. Dean Thompson, please come to the podium to read the names of the graduates.
I now invite Dr. Bernice Mann to center stage to hood her students from the Jose Choca House along with Dr. Czar. Ryan Ambrose. Julia Araneta. Jonathan Barreto. Caroline Bashirs. Arthi Bharadwaj. Katie Bazinas. Héctor Manuel Cajigas. Matthew Campbell. Danielle Kennedy. Hope Victoria Carter. Daniel Cesario. Betty Chang. Akeem Giles. Alexander Grayson. Tanya Henry. Jessica Hossa. Eric Kozina. Trevor Leonardo. Kevin Merkel. Maya Patel. Angeline Catherine Rivkin. Camila Scales. I now invite Dean Inborabun to center stage to hood the students from the Rivers Frederick House along with Dr. Czar. Zaid Ahmed. Rafia Ali. Elena Gordy. Morgan Caitlin Greenwood. Iyad Hamad. Quentin Howlett Prieto. Alyssa Lawrence. Mitchell Marquez. Julia Roma May. Carly Norden. Charmi Patel. Raj Patel. Joseph Nicholas Polanco. Caitlin Sinclair Richardson. Rachel Smith. Stacy Audrey Wildermuth. Bingtao Xiang. I now invite Dr. Sarah Messmer to center stage to hood her students from the Isabella Garnett House, along with Dr. Czar. Sneha Adusumili. Daniel Corbe Delara. Vikrant Garg. Miriam Christina Guzman. Katie Lee. Michael James McGovern. Helen Degu Matiku. Jordan Morling. Grant Jae Hyung Park. Morgan Pooler. Po Shah. Anna Stodaker. Monica Stashkuta. Shruti Subramanian. Christina Mary Torlone. Ryan Triple. I now invite Dean Inborabun to center stage to hood the students from the Olga Jonasson House along with Dr. Czar. Munib Ansari. Sheen Chang. Erin Marie Egan. Naomi Falk. Eric Freeman. Ashwin Ganesh. Rose Huang. Hannah Pennington Kluger. Claire Therese Larkin. Marina Alexandrovna Lenskevich. Elsa Nico. Makeda Springett. Elias Taraki. Paul Thomas. Lubna Ziauddin.
I now invite Dr. Lilach Rothschild to center stage to hood her students from the Arno Moktulsky House along with Dr. Czar. Felicia Abraham. Safia Alvi. Cheyenne Asai Ardakani. Khaldoon Barawi. Thomas Blackwell. Sarah Cooper. Samuel Cubillos. Julian Gonzalez. Rajangud Gurtata. Alex Holterman. Stasia Lucanis. Olivia Tao Lee. Olivia is also the winner of the Michael and Kate Barani Research Award. Michael Anthony Metrick II. Daisy Injeri Moody. Ryan Parnell. Archit Vishnu Potharazu. Zachariah Sharif. Eugene Suh. I now invite Dr. Kelsey Avance to center stage to hood her students from the Julius Richmond House along with Dr. Czar. Sayeda Akila Ali. May Barakat. Cecilia Berry. Rohan Bataram. Joseph Crudison. Sarita Davis. Christopher Dennis. Alondra Diaz. Taylor Ellaby. Emily Hawker. Jonathan Heckman. Richard Marzalik. Suha Mohiuddin. James Nee. Vanitha Raghuvir. Rachel Reed. Angelica Sanchez. Ethan Tyra. Helena Yan. Alexandra Yenan Zhang. I now invite Dr. Nicole Thompson to center stage to hood her students from the David Sackett House along with Dr. Czar. Emeka Ajello. Timothy Bullock II. Kevin Pan Saw. Matthew Grande. Clarice Hopman. Tierra Monet Hunter. Joseph Kellen. Atreya Mishra. Jaluk Modi. Vanessa Orlando Castellanos. Sneh Purushottam Patel. Rachel Schusteff. Trevor Simmons. Adam Schmelter. Chinenye Erinma Ukpabi. Anj Uimana. Abigail Waltz. And for our last community, I now invite Dr. Michael Charles to center stage to hood his students from the Rochelle Yaros House along with Dr. Czar. Ahmad Abdullah. Ashita Agarwal. Yusera Bashir. Louis Kweku Darkwa. Ejehi Olushula Arawile. Shijai Hu. Sharon Johnson. Margaret Klebon. Omar Lopez. Faisal Masood. Anastasia Grace Morgan. Meet Hershadbhai Tejalben Patel. Star Alexandra Quiroz. Jacob Rudolph. Hannah Steinberg. Emily Ann Torrey. Janelle Walters. Jeremiah Whittington.
We've practiced this twice. Let's really raise the roof now. Congratulations to all. It's now my distinct pleasure to introduce Dr. Garth Nyambi Walker, an alumnus of the University of Illinois College of Medicine class of 2014, who will give a special welcome to our newest alumni. Dr. Walker is Chief Medical Officer and Assistant Professor of Emergency Medicine at Rush Health. An influential healthcare and public health thought leader, he was recently recognized as a 2024 recipient of the UIC Alumni Rising Leadership Award. Dr. Walker, welcome to the podium.
Good afternoon, everyone. And a special shout out to my urban medicine peeps. That was a special program for me. So 10 years ago, I sat in your seat. The world was quite different. Perhaps one of our history's more predictable times. The pursuit of becoming a physician was more stable, and the altruistic pursuit of becoming a physician was relatively clear. But you all are different. You applied and were inspired to become a physician during one of the most trying times of healthcare, COVID-19. At a time when racial reckoning was acute, health equity and the impact of a disinvested health system, particularly on our most vulnerable, was most apparent, and the burnout on the physicians was evident. Yet you persisted. I myself found my why during that deliberation. Overwhelmed and inspired by the very patients that look like me, I decided to serve our state and our country to create a better healthcare system that centers on the most vulnerable. I applaud you all. Becoming a physician and connecting with the patient is still one of the most privileged opportunities one can pursue. You are graduating from one of the best institutions in the world to serve and lead the fight to create a more equitable and better healthcare system. An institution that sees basic healthcare as a human right and that examines the totality of our institutions and experiences to improve the lives of our patients. I look across the spectrum and the impact of University of Illinois College of Medicine continues to provide. And what is that? It's a class that looks like the communities we serve and continues to deliver on the diversity, equity, and inclusion mission that our state and our country needs to double down on. One may look at my experience and wonder how I was ready to step up and serve in an environment of uncertainty. And what I simply say is that when you have an educational experience beyond biochemistry, beyond pathology, beyond physiology, but it also includes classmates who may not only be the first doctor in their family, but also the first college graduate, or an experience that includes partnerships that understand the lived experiences of communities we serve, all within an institution committed to the core tenets of health equity. I simply say, the art of medicine becomes unparalleled, and the institution known as UIC creates a set of leaders ready for the range of chaos that our world presents. So parents and families, congratulations. Your graduates have embarked upon a noble, secure path that has outsized impact on the communities they will serve. You should be proud. And to the class of 2024, congratulations. A friendly reminder that the journey continues, but be sure to take the time to celebrate, love, and appreciate this accomplishment of becoming a physician. Life is short, and amid all of this, we still need to cherish the moment and be present for the gifts life has to offer. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to share this moment with all of you. One of my favorite leaders is James Baldwin, and one of his favorite lines were that love and compassion keep the world together by very few people, and you all are that very few people. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Walker. And I now have the great pleasure of reintroducing you to Matthew Grande. You met him earlier as Mr. Grande. I now bring Dr. Matthew Grande to the podium. As you heard previously, he has been the president of the class of 2024 for all of its 4 years here, and is going to deliver remarks on their behalf as the last portion of our commencement.
All right. Thank you for that introduction. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each one of you. It is an honor to speak to you all today on such a momentous occasion. To the cherished family, members of the class of 2024, esteemed deans, dedicated faculty, diligent staff of UICOM, and my classmates, it's surreal to address the new doctors and future leaders of medicine. It feels like yesterday we nervously logged onto our first Zoom class of 2020, uncertain of what lay ahead, scared to even turn our cameras on. It brings me back to a time when we were all attempting to put blood pressure cuffs on ourselves, trying to learn the basics of the physical exam from the comfort of our desks, playing both the role of standardized patient and physician. Today, we sit shoulder to shoulder with colleagues and physician leaders. In a few weeks, people in the hospital are going to be saying, "Get the doctor." And they're gonna look at you, and initially you might look behind you, and soon realize they're talking to you. But after 4 years of putting in the work, and at times it feeling endless, I want you all to take a brief moment and congratulate yourselves. You just graduated medical school. We have had what I would consider an unconventional medical school experience, but amidst our circumstances, we excelled. In an era marked by global shifts, we started our medical school journey amidst a backdrop of societal changes. While the world grappled with a pandemic and confronted systemic injustices, we adapted to learning clinical skills remotely. However, our focus was split. We refused to sit idly as the world changed, and instead we had to have a hand in changing it. Today, we are not just doctors, but we are also activists, researchers, advocates, caregivers, partners, musicians, writers, and the list can go on. These identities enrich our practice, grounding us in empathy and enabling profound connections with our patients. No matter how busy we will become in the weeks to come, hold tight to these identities as they humanize our experience. Allow me to take a moment to celebrate some of the remarkable achievements of our class. From navigating the transition to online learning in our first year, to extending a warm welcome to incoming students amidst virtual landscapes our M2 year, our efforts have reshaped the medical school environment, fostering inclusivity and community despite the barriers outside of our control. We paved the way and worked towards challenging the norms for ourselves, our colleagues, and for future medical students. During this time, volunteers in our class helped vaccinate over 8,000 Chicago residents for COVID-19. The student-run mobile migrant health team has screened over 9,000 patients and treated over 2,100 patients across 16 police districts, and most recently helped achieve herd immunity during the measles outbreak. These are just some of the many outstanding accomplishments our class has achieved. We have been the drivers of change, and over these 4 years, we have reinforced our commitment to reshaping the healthcare landscape. In commemorating our journey, we also honor those we have lost. We had the unfortunate reality of losing a classmate throughout these 4 years. Ted Kim is an individual who will be remembered through each of us. His legacy lives within us, shaping our compassion and resilience as future healthcare providers. I want to take a special moment to thank our support systems. To our mentors, families, and friends, your unwavering belief in our abilities has been the cornerstone of our success. I'd like to extend one heartfelt thank you on behalf of the class. This accomplishment is a shared reminder of the sacrifices each of you made for us and is as much yours as is ours. As we embark on this transition, I'd like to share a quote. There are 2 ways of spreading light: be the candle or the mirror that reflects it. In the coming months, there is no doubt we will be extremely busy and exhausted, and many times cannot be that light. However, we can always be the mirror that reflects the light of our colleagues. Our strength in residency lies in our togetherness. Stick up for each other, support your fellow residents in times of need, and recognize that we can navigate the long hours and demanding responsibilities, knowing that we have each other's backs. It has been such an honor to be president of this class. I look forward to the positive impact each of you have on your fields. And I know this is just the beginning. What goes on outside of our medical bubble matters to medicine. I hope we continue to have a hand in making the world and field of medicine better than it is. We are a class that has proven you don't need a lot of time to make substantial change. Keep that ferocity and that drive, because no one else knows it like you do. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Thank you, Dr. Grande. So I will now invite Professor of Family and Community Medicine and College of Medicine alumna, Dr. Evelyn Figueroa, to come to the podium for the recitation of the Physician's Pledge.
Good afternoon. Can I please invite the University of Illinois College of Medicine 2024 new physicians to rise? For most of the past 2,500 years, the Hippocratic Oath stood as a symbol of the physician's responsibilities and commitment to patient welfare. The World Medical Association, at its Second General Assembly in 1948, created a contemporary successor to the Hippocratic Oath, which outlines in concise terms the professional duties of physicians and affirms the ethical principles of the global medical profession. This document, now known as the Declaration of Geneva, or sometimes simply the Physician's Pledge, has since been revised several times, including at the 2017 World Medical Association's General Assembly here in Chicago. I invite all physicians in the audience to please rise if you are able, and please recite the Physician's Oath along with these new graduate change makers. The pledge is found on the last page of the commencement program. Please join me in reciting the pledge in unison. Please repeat. As a member of the medical profession, I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity. The health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not permit considerations of age, disease, or disability. Creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation. Race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me, even after the patient has died. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity and in accordance with good medical practice. I will foster the honor and noble traditions of the medical profession. I will give my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of healthcare. I will attend to my own health, well-being, and abilities in order to provide care of the highest standard. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Thank you. You may now be seated.
We now approach the conclusion of this commencement ceremony. But before we finish, we'd like to acknowledge those who have championed and supported these new physicians and graduates as they made their way toward this day. First and foremost, would all the parents, spouses, significant others, family members, and friends of the graduates please stand and be recognized for all you've done to nurture, guide, and support them through the years. And now would all members of the College of Medicine faculty and staff, whether you're here before us in academic regalia, seated elsewhere in the audience, or up here on the podium, please rise, if you are able, and be recognized for your contributions to the teaching, professional development, personal mentoring, and support of these graduates. Thank you. Please be seated. We ask that members of the audience please remain seated until the platform party, the faculty, and the graduates have recessed. To exit and meet your party, guests should use the street-level doors of the arena. Faculty, please follow Dean Kashima and Dr. Caskey after the platform party has left the stage. Graduates, please follow Associate Dean Osta and Assistant Dean Boucher-Berry. The ushers at the outside of the aisles will assist in dismissing each row of graduates, and you may then meet your party outdoors. Dean Rosenblatt, please join me at the podium to lead the recessional. Those in the platform party, please stand and follow the two of us from the stage. And I now declare this 142nd College of Medicine commencement closed. Thank you very much.